his escort.
I request the recognition of my rights in my territory.
Okay, for this moment right now, this is a line that can't be crossed at this moment, okay?
I beg to differ with you, officer, and I know that likely you're in a dilemma. However, you must realize that this is my territory and my rights to have free access to my territory.
Okay.
It is the law.
Right now we're just going to hold the line for a moment here. We've got to take care of some things.
For a moment, so you're going to let him in a moment?
Officer, that is not your business, is not my business. My territory is my business.
Yeah.
South ACP?
No, I'm CAP.
You're CAP?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. South ACP? Yeah. Okay, that's good. And, okay, so then we'll need one more.
So police are breaking the law by not allowing, I forget what section that is, but not allowing Bill Jones on his own territory this morning.
Hey there, Patriots. This is Trotlow Patriot coming at you again with a good one. What you just saw was a video clip put out by a content creator by Cinema Shogun. You guys should go to his channel, show him some love. He's been putting out a lot of content and staying on this situation with Maui, as has a few other content creators. What you saw there was one of the residents being shut out from his own property, his own territory, the way he would say. And this is something that's been happening. And it's funny that the mayor, the governor, and the police chief are saying that they're not stopping people, but yet all the video shows otherwise. I mean, just a YouTuber, Hawaii Real Estate, I did a video with him showing that when he was on, off the side of the road, the way he was, basically, harassed by the local police, telling him that he could not, he could not film, he had to leave, he had to get in his car, and, it was a big melee. He also says that they're not allowed, to fly drones over the property. Nobody has been putting out any video saying that they've been allowed back on the property. All the video shows is constant roadblocks, constant blocking. They're putting up, all kinds of walls all along to cover it up. They've got people in there in hazmat suits, all kinds of gear, just, going through whatever it is they need to go through, cleaning the place out. And it's sad because these people that have lost so much need some sort of closure. That's why they want to get back on their property, but the powers that be don't want to let them. So the governor's been lying about that, the mayor's been lying about that, and the chief of police has been lying about that. And, some people are saying, well, they're answering to a higher power. Well, then you know what? Then that means that the governor's authority is mute if he's answering to a higher power. Who can be higher than him? That's making those calls. Because if it ain't the president of the United States, okay, then who could be higher of the governor of the state of Hawaii that will give such orders? And still these public officials, okay, are trying to make it seem as if, no, there's still nothing to see here, everything's fine. Now, before I continue with what the governor has to say, you'll be surprised, and it's already a lie. It's all a lie. I listened to the first minute of it, and I got to show it. It's a flat-out lie. They're trying to cover up what's going on. So I'm at 100% certain. My opinion is what happened in Maui, what happened in Lahaina, was not an act of nature, plain and simple. Okay. So with that being said, I want to thank the new subscribers. Please comment, like, subscribe. Please give it a thumbs up, pass it around, and we got to keep this going. We can't let Maui disappear. And I'll say it again, like I've been saying, where are all the missing children? Okay? In one of my last videos, it showed school buses and all that. Now the school buses are nowhere to be found. No pictures, no surveillance, nothing. Not even them shown as if they were burnt or anything. So that's another topic that people need to jump on and keep pushing that. And that has to go with the school board, whoever's in charge of the bus routes, whoever's in charge of the buses, the company. People need to keep digging, because the powers that be people, they are trying to fast track this thing into oblivion so that people stop talking about it. But we can't do that. It would be a disservice to humankind, not just to the people in Hawaii, but to humankind, period. But let's check out some of what the governor has to say.
And since then, we've been working constantly to shelter survivors, deliver supplies and medical care, and locate the missing and reunite them with their families. Over the past several weeks, FEMA's search and rescue teams and our first responders have completed search and rescue efforts in Lahaina. And as of today, there have been a total of 115 fatalities. Our hearts have broken 115 times. The FBI has reported that 66 of our people are potentially still unaccounted for based on calls and emails they've received. And in many cases, they only have names of these individuals on a list and no other information. This is the number that initially was over 3,000 and then dropped to 385 last week. And now, I repeat, is at 66.
Okay, that's all just a flat out lie. Okay? That's a flat out lie for the simple fact that it contradicts what the school board has said. That there are over 2,000 children that have yet to be accounted for. So he's blatantly lying. Straight off the bat. Okay? If the people were not prepared to leave Maui, if they were trapped and they could not leave, how did so many people get away? Where did they go? Has anybody noticed that there is, besides all the video footage of people being trapped, of everything burning, of the roadways being blocked, nobody has showed any other video of that day of a convoy of people escaping that fire, either by foot or by car, out in the clear, away from the fire. That even the media cannot say that what the governor is saying is true, for the simple fact that had that many people made it to safety, everyone knows for a fact the news media will be all over it, interviewing all these people in different parts of Hawaii. And none of that proof has been shown, which means that this man is lying. Plain and simple. That is not about digging, and finding out. No, if you haven't seen it on the news, if you have not seen it, and the reason why I'm saying on the mainstream media is because they are the perpetrators of lies, deception, cover-ups, and all that. If they really wanted to prove this man correct, they would have that proof. And since they haven't shown it to get brownie points, that means it doesn't exist, because those people did not escape. So he's lying, the police chief will be lying, the mayor will be lying, whatever politicians, whoever's involved, they're all going to start the lies. Okay? This press conference, what he's saying today, came out a day ago. Be prepared, people. In the next few days, few weeks, this is the narrative they're going to push. It'll go to 66. I guarantee you, in another week, 2 weeks, they'll say that everybody is accounted for. But yet, there is no proof that everybody will be accounted for. But let's continue.
The Maui Police Department continues to make daily progress on missing persons reports and encourages families to share information about any missing loved ones. Since August 16th, the American Red Cross, the Hawaii Emergency Management Agency, and FEMA have relocated over 7,500 displaced survivors from shelters to a total of 29 hotels and hundreds of Airbnbs. 15,931 individuals have filed for FEMA relief. The accommodations I have described will continue to provide meals, casework services, financial recovery resources, and other disaster relief assistance until we're able to move to the next phase of our recovery.
Okay, you know what? This is just getting disgusting, people. You know, all you're seeing on the internet is video of people that have been displaced, people telling their horror stories, people showing up at the town hall meetings complaining about what's going on, how they're being pushed out, officials quitting, okay, resigning. And this man's going to he's going to stand there and say that they're doing all that when all the other information contradicts what he's saying. Don't believe the lies, people. Don't believe the lies. What's going on in Maui is sinister, and it's a major power grab. It's a major land grab, major power grab. It's, in my opinion, it's genocidal. I'm sorry, I got to say it like that. Because there is no way that Maui being a part of Hawaii, that everything, all information has been contained just to Maui. What information on the ground from the people has been coming out all the other parts of the island that either agrees with what he's saying and or contradicts it. So everything you're hearing about the people in Lahaina and Maui from the people on the ground totally contradicts what this man is saying. So who are you going to believe? This governor? Okay? Who dropped the ball? The mayor? Who wasn't on the island, like he said? Who dropped the ball? The police chief who lied and said there was no roadblocks? And yet I just showed you a video of the police taping off an area, not letting somebody, the owner of the property on his own property. Why are they yellow taping it off? Why are they going to cordon it off? That's his property. What's on his property that he cannot go on there, that they feel that, you know what, no, we're taking over, as if it's a, you know what, it's a crime scene. That's why. But what crime was committed? That's the question. It's horrible. What makes it, you know, I could almost, you know, I tell you what, if I was living in Hawaii and I had voted for this man, and no knock on, you know, whoever votes Democrat, whatever, I'm just saying whoever it was that I voted for, let's put it that way, and something like this happened, and I was one of the survivors, and I was treated like this, and all this came out like this, I mean, it's enough to drive someone mad to see what's going on. It's like insult after injury, insult after injury, insult after injury. And like I said before, on a couple of my last videos, do not be surprised when they start showing the area that was affected if it's a big old flat parking lot. And that right there in itself will be the icing on the cake of telling people, screw you. But let's continue.
However, hotels can't be our long-term solution to housing in West Maui. We've entered into an agreement with the Red Cross to house our people for a minimum of 36 weeks. We're also pursuing relationships with large numbers of homeowners who have historically used their properties for short-term rentals to convert them into longer-term rentals to accommodate displaced residents. Residents can actually enter into much longer agreements to receive housing through FEMA. FEMA will continue to assist us with direct leases and rental assistance grants to ensure that people can stay housed for 18 months well into 2025. And these costs will be covered by federal assistance, state resources, and humanitarian aid. For those who would like to provide housing and be a part of this solution, I've worked with the Hawaii Housing Finance and Development Corporation, HHFDC, to launch what's called the Hawaii Fire Relief Housing Program, which identifies available units to those devastated by the Maui wildfire tragedy. If you'd like to get involved in this program to help our survivors, you can reach HHFDC through this email.
Okay, you know what? This makes no damn sense. It really does not make any sense. See, they're pushing for the long term. Instead of letting the people, the survivors, go back into their own properties and make them a part of the cleanup, the healing, the rebuilding. They'd rather push them away and say, we're going to give you all these incentives, we're going to ask other people to help you out while we continue on the ground and keep you away from your own property. This is a land grab, people. And I'll keep saying it. Everybody's saying it. A lot of people are thinking it. That's just it. Whatever. It's not about censorship or what. No, that's exactly what it is. It is a land grab. And they're going to slowly schmooze their way through it and try to make people forget and try to build whatever memorial that'll be in the center of their 15-minute city. The people of Hawaii, the people of Maui, people around the world that can make any kind of difference to help the people who have lost so much in Maui need to stand up and not let this die out. I'm not even going to continue to listen to what this man has to say. I'll leave a link in the description. You guys can listen to it yourself. I'm just totally disgusted. Because it boggles my mind that in this day and age, with all the technology, all the resources, everything that we can do to help each other, that this has turned out to be such a scandal that it's just insane. That 3 men, okay, the police chief, the mayor, and the governor, could stand boldface and tell people that what they're seeing is not that the sky is blue, is that the sky is green. Unbelievable. But I'm True Outlaw Patriot. Please comment, like, subscribe, pass it around. And again, want to thank the new subscribers. Trying to reach 100 before my birthday on the 15th this month. And pray for the people of Maui. Remember that there are still over 2,000 children missing. So this man saying that the body count is down to 66, that is a lie. Because where are all the children? He's saying that people have been accounted for from 3,000 down to 66. How can you account for that many people? I'm going to finish it off with this, people. How can you account for that many people without any proof? You have no bodies. You haven't even put out a list of the people that have passed away or that have potentially passed away. So you mean to tell me that all the people are accounted for, which means what? That they all got out? It's a lie. It's a bold-faced, wicked, evil lie. With that, stay vigilant, keep praying, and keep praying for each other. Peace.